But these comics have honed their act. This is an art, this is a skill, this is a craft that they've been working on. Let them deliver their material, and the better you pay attention and feed them back with your laughter, your joy, and your reactions, the better the show's going to be. You guys are going to be an incredible audience for these comics. Are you ready? We ran a contest and wanted to get some locals on the show, so a couple comics that live right in our town did multiple shows and ended up winning to be on this stage. Our first comic coming to the stage. Give it up for Alex Garbowski, everybody. Alex!
Thank you guys. I'm at a funny place in my life right now. I grew up in a religious household, and we weren't allowed to play with Pokemon cards because they were the devil. I think my mom just told us that because we were poor and she didn't want to buy them. But since we were poor, you know, we didn't have Pokemon cards, we had to get creative. We lived really close to a funeral parlor. So anytime there was a death, me and my brother would go to the funeral parlor and we'd collect the obituary cards they hand out with people. And we'd take these home and play with them. He'd throw down his 98-year-old Mary McDonald. And I throw down my rookie card of 11-year-old Timmy with cancer. And my card would beat his because I had like 10 plus radiation points. One time we were playing, and he threw down the obituary card of my grandma. And I threw down the obituary card of my grandpa. And he tried to tell me his card beat mine. I said, I watched them fight and he beat the shit out of him. What are you talking about? I told this story once, and afterwards, this guy came up to me with his son's obituary card. Like, I didn't find that funny, my son died. No, I didn't know what to say. I was like, not to be disrespectful, but I would love to add that to my collection. Didn't find that funny either. Our game, it got so popular, we had all the kids in town playing it. And 30 kids would be showing up to a random grown man's funeral. And they were like, was this guy a youth baseball coach or a friend of the Clintons, you know? Did someone get an island in this world, you know? But the priest, Father Collins, who ran the funerals, he said, you guys can take the cards, but you have to pray for their soul. You guys know the prayer of the departed, you know? As a kid, I just never really got that, you know? Because it's like, you get 30 people to pray for you, and God will let you into heaven, and if you don't, you go to hell. What, does God run a pyramid scheme or something? You know? But now that I'm older, I still don't get it. They also say all dogs go to heaven. You guys believe in that? I don't know, do you think the dogs they used in the civil rights movement are in heaven right now? I don't know if there's a lot of German Shepherds out there. My family dog died recently, and my mom was like, I know she's up there watching over us. I go, she didn't even listen when she was alive. She's just sitting and staying right now. They also say dogs pick up traits of their owners. So if you like to exercise, your dog will like to exercise. If you have anxiety, your dog will have anxiety. I was watching Father Collins' dog, and all that little fucker did was hump kids in the neighborhood. He called me up, he was like, hey, you left my dog, I'm going away. I called him up, I was like, hey, where are you going? He was going to prison. Usually they just move him around like they're on world tour though, you know? How many kids in each city can you do before you go down? I just turned 21 this past weekend, and so 2 weeks ago I was at a bar, and I was talking to this girl, you know, and things were going along pretty well. I was almost at the point where I put the roofie in. I don't have enough money to roofie. I had this Sleepy Time tea bag. Every time she was like, wow. I was talking to this girl, you know, and things were going along pretty well. And then this old guy, you know, like 60, guy doesn't know how to have sex with you. This guy doesn't know how to treat a lady. And when someone insults you, and it's true, there's not much you can say besides like, hey, nuh-uh. So he's like, this guy doesn't know how to have sex with you. And I'm like, hey, nuh-uh. Anyways, he starts flashing his money and buying her drinks, and he steals her from her. Gold digging bitch. I said, I gotta get this guy back. And every guy in here knows the best way to get another guy back is to have sex with their mom. So I said, I'm gonna have sex with this guy's mom, you know? I find out who he is, and I find out who his mom is, you know, and it's a lot of hard work, but I did it. I had sex with his mom. Boy, was it hard work, though. Does anyone know how hard it is to dig up a grave that's been buried? He was dead. Good fuck no. I'll change the mood a little bit. What's the deal with Wawa? Who let a baby name a gas station, guys? Cars need gas. I was driving my car. I have a Jeep, and I don't know if you guys know, there's something called the Jeep Wave, where everybody with the Jeep waves to each other. I'm just a little reluctant to participate because I don't know who I'm waving to. Maybe waving to a racist or a pedophile or a Mormon, you know, just because we have the same car. But the last group of people to identify themselves with a wave, you know, they weren't too well received. I don't want to be anything like them. You know, it's the only car that does it. You don't see everyone with a Ford Bronco doing the OJ stab as they pass. All right, thank you everybody. My name's Alex.